All right, it's 5 o'clock. We're going to call the meeting to order. Great to see everybody here. Thank you, Dr. Stiles, for letting us come to Askins.
Glad to have you guys.
Appreciate it very much. New security doors, the lobby and everything is really impressive. It looks really good.
We're going to do that. Thank you, Eric.
Happy to do it.
They're an answer to prayers, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that was really good. Okay, you have an agenda, board members, in front of you. Don't know if you have any deletions or changes or additions or whatever. Entertain a motion. Do we have any approval? Have a motion.
Hello, second.
Have a second. All those in favor? All opposed? All right. Next, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. We have to play there in the back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. We've got a couple of minutes we need to approve. The August 3rd board meeting, regular board meeting minutes were previously sent out. If you have any deletions or changes, whatever, let us know.
I need 7.
Okay. Make a motion that we accept the minutes from the August 3rd meeting.
All right, have a motion?
Second.
Have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, next we have the August 26th special call board meeting minutes. They were briefly sent out, they're pretty short. Need a motion to approve those.
I so move.
Have a
A
motion?
second.
Have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Next item, we got the September disbursements that were sent out to you today. Look them over if you hadn't had a chance.
It's after the, what day is today? The 14th?
14th.
Yeah. Yeah, they were behind it. Yeah, they were with the resolution. Yeah.
Behind the resolution?
Behind it or whatever, next to it.
100.
I
It was in
saw
the
it,
same,
but
it was in the same email.
I've seen it, but I just didn't get back to it.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve the disbursements for September. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, we'll move on to reports, committee reports, facilities and transportation. Eric?
Yes, I just have a very brief report this meeting. Obviously, you all had the opportunity to look at the security entrances. Those are complete at both buildings. The only thing that lacks is 2 doors on the security office at the high school. Those are being put in tomorrow, and we should have everything good to go for punch and payment after we tally up. I actually have a call at 1 o'clock tomorrow where we're going to discuss all the penalty fees that they have, which are pretty extensive at this point. That being said, everything should be kind of have a pin in it and be done within the week. I would think, early next week. Also, the mowing is going wide open. The grass has been growing really quickly, but as we get into cooler weather, that'll slow. And we're going to make a really concentrated effort on being proactive on different stuff around the campuses. So if you all see things, I know Miss Edie in the past has mentioned the flower boxes and things like that could use some upkeep. We've got a plan for those. If it hasn't been done already, it could have been done like within the last few days even. All that'll be removed. But just if you can communicate to me things that you see that we might take a look at, I'll be happy to look at those as we get time and go into our proactivity phase with those kinds of items. But that's the bulk of the report, but I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have.
Well, I can tell you the doors here and the doors at the high school, it's impressive. I mean, from the change it's made, protecting everyone was our number one priority, so I tell you what, it turned out
It's
really
beautiful.
nice. Turned really good.
And the glass coming in, can't see anything inside, it's wonderful.
Thank you.
So all the
So
other,
happy?
oh, sorry.
Good, I'm glad. I
That's
am as well.
great.
I think they look pretty good.
I
So
think
all
it's
other
wonderful.
exterior doors at this point now, that's like, are all locked during the day at all other times? Back doors, cafeteria and all?
To my knowledge.
They are, you have to
Yeah.
use your key card to get in.
That's good.
All right. Anybody else? All right, we'll move on. Thank you, Mr. Jones. All right, we'll move on to finance, and I know we've got some items here. First of all, we got the budget amendment number 1, general education. You see that's taking money from one, decreasing and increasing, and that's a review of the initial budget figures showed increase in revenue items listed above. So we had increase in revenue. So pretty simple. Oh, and I make a motion to approve that. Have a motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. The next one is a general purpose line item, amendment number 1, and it is for the book diabetes grant, for the touchless water fountains at Fayetteville High School. So it's grant money that we received. I'll make a motion to approve.
$15,000.
Yeah, $15,000, yeah. Number 2, budget amendment number 2. You got it? But I make a motion to approve that. Have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All opposed? All righty, and then I know you all received, and y'all help me with this, but I think I know what it is.
Sure.
There's another
Budget
one.
amendments and one line item on them.
There's
Oh, there is, excuse me,
There's
okay,
another
okay,
one.
there's another one, okay, excuse me, sorry. Oh, yes, there it is, okay. Yeah, okay, next there's a line item amendment number 1, and that's like $2,594. It's for the coordinated school health budget, year end, so it's a line item to take care of that. So I make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, sorry, thank you. Ms. Joanne. All right, we'll move on to the refinance of our existing debt. If you remember, looks like we have about, 16 years left?
Yes, sir.
Looking here, and rates have gone way down. I think our original, if you'll see that, original, we were at 2 and 3%, now we're below 1. It's like 0.60, and then no higher than 1.85. So it looks like we're going to save with the refinance. We're not extending any term. We're just refinancing what we have at a lower rate, and that should save, around a little over $519,000. Is that what I said? So,
And about $30,000 on our payment each year.
yeah, it reduces the payment too, that's right.
Nearly with the whole, finish the life
Right.
like that, that's a 30,000, just about plus to
For the
that.
rest,
Right.
yeah, for the rest of the term, so it's really a sweet deal. I'm glad the rates went down, so.
And the city is refunding, yeah.
So we need to approve, either city's doing it or whatever.
They've
we
already
just-
done it.
They've already done it, so, I mean, do we need to do
It's a
any
matter of
motion? or
information, I
just-
suppose, but that
Okay.
you can, if you want to take action, it's fine. But it's already done.
It's already done, it's great. Yeah, it's really, that's awesome. I mean, it's great.
It is great.
It really is. It's really good for everybody concerned, so I make a motion, we approve it. I know it's after the fact, there you go.
So moved.
Have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, that was well done, that's
That's
really good.
huge.
That was really good. Okay, then, Intrado, is that the name of it? Intrado?
Yeah, the school messenger.
I'm just asking, that's somebody tell me. No. The school messenger system, whatever, for 3 years renewal of that contract, I think it's been recommended. Saves us some money, I think, instead of year to year, it's 3 years and cost goes down.
Saves about $545.
Okay. All right. Make a motion, we approve that.
There.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All righty. Those are very good. Good things. I think that's all the finance. Anything else?
A preliminary estimate from this past year's budget is that we came out about $30,000 to the good.
Oh, that's great.
So-
After everything we've been,
Yeah.
the whole year.
But that's preliminary, that's not finalized yet, but that's the way it looks for year end.
That's good.
So we will have final figures saying that.
Very good. We'll move on to insurance and policy, and I know we've got policy that's been reviewed, and I know we got some modifications, so Miss Sarah, Miss Joyce, whoever
Okay.
wants to
You wanna go first?
batter up.
You go first. Okay.
Good matter.
That's fine, I don't care.
Well, the ones that we are presenting to you are the ones that's beginning with the 1.100, and it goes all the way down to 1.802. And there has been no modifications, no changes in these, so we're representing this to you to say that we need to pass this as they are, no changes.
Okay. You making that a motion?
I make that a motion, yes.
A second?
A motion second to approve the annual
And review.
for the policies with no changes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All righty. There you go, Miss Joyce.
This lady will take the
And I have the policies with the changes.
Okay.
Y'all sit back and get
Settle-
ready.
settle in.
See why I left her have that.
You did that good.
I did good.
I was up to 4 o'clock working on these this morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It highlights, no. It highlights there.
Do what?
It highlights there, go.
Okay,
There's plenty else.
policy.
Details.
Bill Hopkins version short.
No, not with me.
All right.
Policy 6.3041 is a new policy. It is Title IX and sexual harassment. You know how sexual harassment's in the news. This policy explains in detail how a sexual harassment complaint is handled. A Title IX coordinator has to be named. Sexual harassment is defined in this policy. If there is a complaint of a charge of sexual harassment, this policy tells you exactly how to handle it. The investigation is discussed, as is the determination of responsibility and the appeals process. There's also a portion that talks about retaliation if that ever happens. I move to accept policy 6.3041 on first reading.
And I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve policy 6.3041 on first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
All-
Excuse me, just a second. The Title IX coordinator needs to be named in this policy. It's,
Eric, was it?
that's Eric Jones.
It's Eric, okay.
Yes, just for clarification.
A Title
So
IV
that-
coordinator has to be named.
So that the board knows that Eric Jones is,
And Eric Jones is, I didn't know if you wanted me to name that.
yes, we have to do
Today.
that. That
Okay.
has to be in the minutes, yes.
Okay. Eric Jones is that coordinator.
All right.
Yeah, that has to be. Yes.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All righty. Next one, Miss Raby.
That's not all.
No, I said next one, Miss Raby. I
Oh, I
said,
thought you
no, I know
said-
it's not all.
I thought you said, thank you, Miss Raby. I have just begun.
So we're going to-
Okay, the next policy is 6.304. Student discrimination, harassment, bullying, cyberbullying, and intimidation. This policy was updated for clarifying. TSBA wanted to send it out to highlight the difference in this policy and policy 6.3041 that we just discussed. Definitions are given in this policy. Any violation of this policy can be handled by following the instructions in this policy. Retaliation and false accusations are covered by this policy. I move we accept this updated policy 6.304 on first reading.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right.
Okay. We go on to 4.205 in college level courses. Enrollment in college level courses, and you know we've already had that, so there's been a change. Regulations on students taking college level courses has been modified. TSBA wrote a model policy which more clearly aligns to the updated regulations. This policy takes the place of policy 4.203, advanced college placement. So upon approval of 4.205, we must delete policy 4.203 from our policy manual. This policy explains taking college courses aligned to graduation requirements to receive high school credit. Dual enrollment is also discussed in this policy. I make a motion to accept policy 4.205 on first reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Next.
Okay. Policy 6.319, alternate education. The General Assembly recently passed Public Chapter 603, which clarifies that students who commit zero tolerance offenses are not required to be placed in alternate schools or programs. Additionally, the State Board recently approved a regulation clarifying the difference between alternate schools and programs, as well as reasons to justify removing a student from an alternate school or program. The policy has been updated and retitled to align with these changes. The policy defines alternate school as short-term intervention programs designed to provide educational services. The policy covers reasons students can be removed from alternate schools or programs. Transition plans are discussed. I make a motion to accept policy 6.319 on first reading.
Second?
Have a motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All righty, next.
Okay, next is zero tolerance. This policy is more concise, and punishment for the offenses is more clear. That's just how it's changed. I make a motion to accept the revised policy 6.309 on first reading.
So moved. Second?
Have a motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All righty, next.
Suspension. I'll find it in a minute.
You're all right.
I had it all together, and Jack started playing with it. Not really. Suspension, finally. This policy has been updated to make sure there are no questions on student discipline. The reason for suspension are given. In-school suspension is discussed, as well as suspensions longer than 5 days and longer than 10 days. There is an appeal process. I move that policy 6.316 be accepted on first reading.
Second?
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All righty, opposed?
Okay, Student Disciplinary Hearing Authority. It is policy 6.317. It clarifies the Student Disciplinary Hearing Authority and student discipline. A disciplinary hearing authority shall conduct appeals for students suspended, more than 10 days. The specifics as to the selection, duties, and other responsibilities are in this policy. The way the hearing is handled is also in this policy. So there will be a student disciplinary hearing authority, which is a committee that will be appointed. And this policy tells you exactly what they do, how many there'll be, and everything about it. So I move to accept policy 6.317 on first reading.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and second. All those in favor? All opposed?
We've already selected that committee,
Yes.
right? That's something
It's
we've
already been selected
Yes,
for
ma'am.
this year. Yes. And the last one, it's finally here, Mr. Hopkins. Policy 6.409, reporting child abuse. This policy requires that one employee at each school be designated as the child abuse coordinator and another as the alternate. All school personnel must annually complete the child abuse training program required by state law. This policy discusses reporting child abuse, the confidentiality of the child abuse, and what is expected of school employees when the investigation begins. I move to accept policy 6.409, reporting child abuse, on first reading.
Second.
Have motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. That is
Mr.
it?
Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
I need to, I don't know how we do this. I left off some policies on the back, 1.8034 down to 191, and then 2601, 3219, and 6415 that we have reviewed, that needs to be added.
And I think the board secretary made note of that, Ms. Eads.
Okay.
We can take care of that, yes.
Okay.
That'll be included in the motion.
In motion, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I just advertently left that off, and so I'm going to.
That's fine, thank you for bringing that to our attention, thank you,
Okay.
Ms. Eads. All righty,
Thanks.
y'all been working awful hard. Got anything else, Ms. Raby?
That's all.
Y'all good, thank you for your hard work, thank you very much. All righty, we'll move on to supervisor reports. Mr. Jones, you have anything?
No other report, one statement to Jennifer's question. There is one door that I can think of that is not always secured. Without going into it in the interest of security on open meeting, that has to do with children traveling to and from buildings. There is a solution that will vastly improve that will be implemented by Christmas.
Okay.
And that's, I'd be happy to talk to y'all
Sure.
in the interest of security.
Sure. Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Sure.
Thank you. Oh, you good?
That's it.
All right. And I know Ms. Dotson's not with us tonight.
Eric, do you have anything for Ms. Dotson?
I do not.
Okay.
Okay.
No, thank you.
All righty, Mr. Giffen is not.
He is not with us
He's not
either.
with us.
He
Okay. All right.
had a previous engagement that he talked to me about.
Ms. Dayton, I know she's
I
here.
will make it short and sweet. The annual IEP monitoring opened today for us, so we have our case managers working on their caseloads, and we have monitors chosen within the system, and then I'll do the final monitoring before we submit, but that will be from today until October 16th. It's due on the platform. And then also, school plans are being worked on right now. They are due September 30th. So the school level teams, administrators, and all of their supports, parent involvement, there are entire teams at the schools working on those right now, and they will be submitted to us September 30th. And that is all I have. Unless anybody has any questions.
Anybody got any questions? Ms. Dayton? Thank you, Ms. Dayton. Ms. Young?
Just to let you know that virtual schools are going well. You're going to hear from some of those students today. And just to let you know, I left some pictures on your desk. Pre-K, of course, we're not virtual, but we do remote learning on Wednesdays. And that's some of the pictures the parents shared with us that from some of the activities that the children did during our remote Wednesdays last week. So just thought y'all would enjoy seeing those pictures of those children. We supply all the materials home in an envelope, and then the kids bring back, oh, this was one that they wanted me to share with you. We did transportation last week, and this was the map of the little child. You can see the child did it. And so they went a little above and beyond, but they just wanted us to share with you what they're doing on Wednesdays.
Very good.
They appreciate those days very, very, very much.
But are they in the building the other day? No?
Pre-K?
Yeah.
Pre-K's here every day.
Yes, there is.
Our enrollment we're growing every day. We're up to, I think, 16 or 17 in each classroom. We have a new one coming tomorrow. People are kind of getting over the scare of them coming, and I think we'll be full by Christmas. We'll be at our capacity by Christmas, but have a new one starting tomorrow.
Very good. Anybody, any questions? Ms. Young? Thank you, Ms. Young. We'll move on to principal's report. Dr. Stiles, again, thank you for having us, letting us visit, come to your great building tonight.
Well, can I take
You're
over?
up. Yes, ma'am, you're up.
Okay, well, we're glad you guys are here, and I look forward to going to the other schools too. Before I introduce I was told to talk about our virtual school. And before I introduce our virtual teachers and our virtual students, we wanted to show you a little video because we have so many virtual kids. We have about 130 students who are virtuals, give or take. So I wanted to.
You see over me?
Oh,
I'm gonna get you, Tom, before you
You may have seen some of this. We put this together for you so that you could see what's on the other side of the computer. These are our students at home.
All right, 3, 2, 1, show me. How many stars do you see? I see 11. Good job. Silent cheer. Good.
Because it's at home with my family, and at lunch break we get to have TV. My name is Cheyenne. My favorite activity for school is this bus. I love kindergarten.
But that was just a little sneak peek into what our teachers do. And when we came on board with all of this, we didn't know what to expect, and I'm going to step back up here so I'll. But I want to introduce a few of our virtual teachers that were able to come tonight because they have done a phenomenal job. This is not an easy job, by no means. It's had its own challenges. These teachers are all overachievers, and it's just talking through a computer and not having that face-to-face has been a struggle for a lot of our teachers because they love the warmth and the feedback, direct look into the eyes from the students. So that's probably been the biggest challenge. But they have attacked it, and they have, I just can't say enough good things about them. They really have. And there are times when I have to kind of pick them up off the ground and say, you can do this. This is... We're all in this together, and you know, they're hard on themselves because they are overachievers, but they've done such a good job. And you can see from the pictures, the learning is very interactive. Everything they do is exactly what's taking place in the classrooms. I want to, if you guys will come on up, I want to introduce you. This is Brianna Mann, and she teaches 4th grade. And then you have Brittany Barnett, she's our 1st grade teacher, and then Shanna Smith is our 2nd grade teacher. And so Miss Blake Smith and Missy Pace couldn't be here today. But Brianna has brought, well actually we've got one from Brianna's class, one from Brittany's class, and they're here with us. And we'd like for you guys to come on up. If y'all would come, and I'll let Brittany and Brianna introduce them.
So we have Karina Patel and Rudra Patel. Karina is in my 4th grade class, and then Rudra is in Brittany's 1st grade class. And so they just wanted to tell you a little bit about what they do in the day, what they like, and different things like that. Okay? Go ahead.
When I'm doing my virtual class, it feels like I'm in school doing my work. And sometimes when I have problems with things, I would like message Miss Mann and she would message right back.
And some of my favorite things at school is when we're practicing multiplication facts and boom cards. Even a activity we did today, like a food chain. It's like about animals and things. And that's all I like about virtual.
Rachel, do you have anything?
What's your favorite thing about virtual learning? Awesome.
And Miss Brittany, she even has a meeting after we leave here. She has a 6 o'clock meeting. They're meeting with parents and students. I mean, every hour. They really work until night. It's a full-time job. And I was even talking with Brianna the other day in the classroom. She was meeting with a couple of students, and then here pops up another student, and she said yes. So she's taking her time to have individual meetings with students. So it's remarkable what they're doing. And this little guy right here, when Brittany, this is maybe the first time he's seen you face to face. He just lit up because it's like, wow, she's not in a screen. She's real. So you guys did a really good job, and we appreciate you taking time to do it.
And thank you teachers so much for all the hard work. That's great.
Thank you. I will say this, parent involvement, and I don't know if they're going to tell you this. Brittany was on the phone when I walked in before the meeting, but I feel like parent involvement has increased in this area because they spend a lot of time with the parents. They're in the homes with the parents and the students. There's a lot of interaction that I didn't anticipate. So that's been a pretty neat thing, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for
your hard
thank
They've
you
done a
for
great
letting us
job.
share.
Yeah,
Yes, they have.
we're awesome.
And I'm sorry, I want to say one more
You want to say
thing.
it?
Since you're here at Ralph Askins, Leellen Carter, I want to introduce you to my assistant principal. She's amazing. She runs circles around me, and I just want to say thank you, Leellen, for everything you've done.
Thank y'all. Oh, thank you for everything you do. Y'all are wonderful. You're really awesome. All right. Dr. Stiles, you good?
I'm good, unless y'all have questions for us.
All right. Ms. Jean?
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Hello.
My name is Daniel Driver, and I am an 8th grade student at the Fayetteville Middle School. I want to share a few things about what I like being back at school. I think my first reason is I like doing traditional school activities and hands-on learning and thinking of other students and how that's how they feel too. And my second reason is also kind of with my first reason is I get to meet new people and make new friends. My third reason is I have opportunities to try new things and you can learn something new and there's a challenge behind every corner. My fourth reason is some things are a little different at school since we have to social distance and be safe. We have to wear a mask, and especially in the hallways to stay safe. And everybody is cleaning all the time. And students clean their desk before each class instead of 2 grades eating in the lunch cafeteria. There's only 1 grade that gets to eat in their cafeteria and others get to eat in their classroom. And I enjoy eating in the rooms because there is less noise. I am glad to be back at school. Thank you for letting me come tonight. Is there any questions y'all would like to ask me that I can answer?
No, well done.
Good
Well
job.
done.
Thank you.
All right. Mr.
Miss Destiny Ray from the high school. She's gonna kind of tell you how our year's been going so far.
We at FHS have had a very good start to the year. With COVID, we were presented with new challenges. However, all our Tigers are rising to the occasion. The teachers are working extremely hard, ensuring that the instructions the students receive are both high quality and engaging. The students are doing an amazing job adhering to our COVID guidelines and following our school policies to make sure things run as smooth as possible. Virtual school is up and running, and Wednesdays have been a real blessing for both the students and teachers. Students are attending Google Meets to get some one-on-one time with instructors, and teachers are able to provide the individualized instruction that sometimes is lacking in non-traditional setting. Though it has been an adjustment, we are all working together to make this year the best it can be. We want to thank all the people that have had a hand in planning the start of the year and appreciate the thought and effort that went into making sure we could open schools safely. Our athletics are off to a great start as well. Football moves into their region schedule, and we look for them to be successful as the season progresses. We also have a big game with Moore County this week, so please come out and support our Tigers. The band is doing a phenomenal job as always. Being small as they are, they sound better than some larger school bands. Lady Tigers soccer is playing very well at the moment, despite having only 3 seniors on the field. The girls play hard and physical and really show heart when they are out on the field. Golf began their district tournament play today, and we look for them to place well against the other schools in our surrounding district. Finally, we have volleyball, who's playing some strong matches against some very good opponents right now. Additionally, all teams have adjusted to COVID regulations well and continue to monitor and watch for symptoms and potential exposures. We are very fortunate to have coaches that are truly vested in our students' safety as well as their athletic experiences. Finally, September is a big month for our seniors. September 21st to the 25th is College App Week for our school. During that week, we'll have many activities to promote surrounding schools in addition to an increased focus on applying to those schools. The teachers will decorate doors to help educate students about what options might lie before them as they move towards graduation. In addition, we'll be allowing visiting schools and organizations to visit the building to provide information to students. Each of these organizations will be required to follow COVID guidelines set forth by the system. Also through Gear Up, we are pleased to announce that we already have a 70% completion rate of Tennessee Promise. The deadline is November 2nd, and we feel confident we will increase this number by that time. We certainly want to thank Ms. Pitts for all her hard work in planning and organizing these events. The enrollment for September is 90 for 9th grade, 105 for 10th, 83 for 11th, 91 for 12th, and the total is 369. In closing, I would just like to say thank you for all your support, and we want to thank the teachers and administrators for their hard work in making this year be as normal as it could be. Please remember to check the school calendar for events, and at this time, I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Well done.
Thank you, Coach.
Good Very good. All right. Mr. Hopkins?
For my part, first of all, I just want to say great job by the student leaders. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I wanted to do that. That was super impressive. Now the next meeting, are we going to try to have? We're going to have that at the high school. Is that when I kind of go over that in the report to make sure if y'all would like to do that? I've already talked to Mr. McCormick. He's okay with that.
And if we can, I was gonna bring it up, but y'all go ahead. I know the meeting is scheduled during the week of fall break, and we won't do that.
Okay.
And I know I'm not gonna be here on October 12th, which is Columbus Day, whatever. Is it okay, well, on Tuesday the 13th? Is that
That'll be
okay?
fine.
Because y'all are just gonna be getting back, I'm just saying, y'all are just gonna be getting back, and at least that gives you a day to, I guess, kind of breathe or
Right.
settle in. Is that okay?
No, that's fine. We can make that
I
work.
won't be here
Okay.
then, but that's okay.
Is that okay? So, I mean, Ms. Ray won't be here, but everybody else is okay on that Tuesday? Okay. We'll go with that if we have to
It's
adjust.
at the high school, right?
At the high school on October 13th. Go ahead, I'm sorry, just talking.
That's it. I want to talk a little bit about the Wednesdays. You heard someone make a comment. I think that's going very well. I've heard a lot of good positive feedback from the teachers. I've even heard some positive feedback from some of the parents. They had some parents that contacted me and expressed their concerns, and I would like to think that everyone that had a conversation with me after we finished understood where we were, and we're very complimentary. But we do have a plan, and we're working on, we worked a little bit on that today as supervisors, so that we won't have to do that at the fall break. We're going to be able to give the teachers some relief, and I know that Ms. Jean has a great plan that they're using at the middle school, that I think that we're going to try to copy some of that. And I won't just kind of give that information out completely because we're not through with all of it, but we're going to help the teachers out going forward without having to take a day off, as far as instruction for our traditional students. So we have that coming up. Also, Jeff Bryant said that we had a $15,000 credit come back on our HVAC. So that's a good positive thing there that we're, as far as monetarily, I know that y'all are pleased to hear that. And again, just excited about the bond issue. I think that's tremendous to know that we're going to have $30,000 coming back into the general fund that we can spend on educational things. I sent it out kind of in the weekly report, but Dr. Wilson helped me a little bit with some of our finances, trying to help me get accustomed to some of the Tennessee way of doing a few things. Money's money, but there's also a way, that certain way things are done. So I want to compliment her on helping me, her and Pat really helping me with that area.
I know you sent us resolutions.
Okay, yeah, we have a resolution. You have that there. I'd like to for us to approve that. It is from the U Trust, and do you wish for me to read it? Whereases. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I can do all those whereases, but I don't think it's any need for that. But our transportation is huge. We know that they're some of the first individuals that our students see, and so this is a great week. I know Dr. Wilson and I and Sandy and some others, and Mr. Jones. Thursday we're going to have some breakfast with them at 7:30. I guess it's appropriate. We'd love to invite you. I guess we can invite. We'd love for y'all to show up if you want to. At 7:30 to recognize the bus drivers. Just give them some biscuits. I think that's what Sandy's. That's what we have planned. Is that correct?
Where?
Let Sandy know if you want
Where?
these.
Sandy, it's going to be at Eric. I'll let you do that.
It's at the bus garage over at the high school campus.
Yeah, go ahead and order enough biscuits for everyone, and that way, if they're not there, we can take those back and I can eat them for lunch.
Let's understand.
So.
And what time is that?
Tommy, ain't gonna miss. 7:30.
7:30.
Yes, that's when all of them should be back.
Thursday.
This Thursday.
This Thursday morning.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's right.
But I think they would appreciate that, and they do obviously do a great job.
17.
So anyway, that's what this resolution's about. Do we?
We don't want to make, I'll make a motion, we approve the
Yeah.
resolution. Have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All opposed? All right, very good. Yeah, well done.
Mr. Chairman, that's all I have. Thank you. Well, wait a minute. I guess I do this resignations. You have me, Janine, again.
No, they can read them, but unless they have questions about it.
Yeah, we have that. And then you got your new hires too. Okay.
I don't think there was any question about it. I suppose.
She asked me to close up, she left. She
Okay,
went
okay.
on. I'm closing
I
up for
suppose, she just found out about tennis loans on, and so we'll probably advertise that one. Other than that, that's the only personnel that we have. The rest of them have been replaced.
Replaced. All right. You good?
I'm good.
Very good. The only thing I had was the meeting in October, so I don't have anything else unless any board members have anything. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for your hard work, teachers, administrators, children, students, everybody.
And I want to say this, if y'all not had a chance, she probably wouldn't say that, but the beautiful gift that the football team gave Dr. Wilson is absolutely gorgeous. Please take time to look at that.
Very nice.
I was going to ask, did we give the gift cards to staff, the card we signed and all that stuff? Has that been done?
The card we signed for the gifts, that's already been put at the schools, hasn't it? She can't.
The
Chamber books and all the cards and all that's been at the schools, yes.
Yes,
Did the teachers, were they?
They got the
They're
chamber
fine.
books, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
they did.
Did our football boys get their rings? I heard that they got rings.
Yeah, I think they did. Now, I was not there, so, but
I
I
was
think
not
they
there
had a
either.
little ceremony and gave them the rings.
I saw
And-
somebody's.
Well, they
Yes.
complimented how pretty, how nice they were.
Yeah, they had we didn't attend, but they had kind of a practical ceremony to do that.
Kona Ice will be here Wednesday if y'all want to stop by at 11, get a snow cone.
I didn't hear you, what?
Kona Ice is coming to serve the teachers on Wednesday
Oh.
at all three schools for a free snow cone. So if y'all want to stop by and get one, they'll be
That's all.
here at 10:45 and at the high school at 11:15.
Very good.
And of course, you may have read in the weekly update, but I know Ms. Murdoch was there. Great job over at the Baptist Church. That is actually impressive.
It's very nice.
It's very nice to have those kind of people be working in our community.
It's great.
So, you just
Preacher talked
lucky-
about it Sunday morning in the
Well-
early service. One little boy came up and didn't know what a Bible was, so they got a
Oh,
Bible.
that's wonderful.
There again, there's lemonade to be made out of those lemons all the time,
There was about 21 kids there and there was probably 10 adults. So you're looking at a 2 kids per adult ratio. So everybody was engaged every moment. I watched some of the kids on their Zoom meetings and they were just laughing and it was just, they all sang. It was such a pleasant experience. The teachers were doing great. The kids were super engaged. I was super impressed with it. The whole thing was really great.
Agreed.
That's great.
All right, just stand adjourned. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks.
Thank y'all.
Just look good back there.
All right.
Come here.